with Shane Dye. And when we get a chance, we will show you that sprint finish again. It was a terrific race. Meridian Star at 5:10 for this next event, as the runners are in the mounting yard. Prime Witness at 8:60, and then Point Grey at 13. Brilliant Way, Damien Oliver's ride here, is at 11. Asia Rising at $6.20. Then go down to Forward at 18. Now, Thank Heavens was one of the leading tips here. Eric Legree's ride is at $6. Dan's Winner was the other late mail from Greg Miles this morning when he mentioned two of the leading chances in this race. It's at $9.80, and Olympic Express there at 15. So tips for the 12 and 13, they're both at nice odds. It is a Class 1 race and is over the 1400. And there's the grey, Damien Oliver picking up the ride on the grey in this race, Brilliant Way, and has had its supporters too, $11.05.30 at the moment. Okay, they will head to the barriers very shortly, repeating that Dubbo has been put back 7 minutes, so the race will now go in about 3 minutes from now. And we have Strathalbyn, so that will be next, and we've got Ballarat to come and Hong Kong. Sha Tin race 6 on the card coming up shortly, so it's going to get a little busy in the next 10 minutes or so. The third at Strathalbyn, 9:32 and 4. Now, this race at Sha Tin, race 6, the Class 1, they start to move in. Let's take you to our commentary team at Sha Tin for the running of the 6th.
Placings, do you think he could sneak into third?
I'd be thrilled if he could, but he's in great form.
OK, David, good luck. Let's take it to David Raphael now for the call with Meridian Star, the clear favourite.
Yes, $35, but they're betting the 14 horse again. He's down to $41, Olympic Express, down 2/5 in the last few seconds. The 7 horse Asia Rising fairly safe at 66 with only a couple to move in. Asia Rising one of them, Diamond Moon another. Brilliant Way, the grey with Damien Oliver aboard, is at a 40 to 1 at the moment. Prime Witness. David Hayes and Dwayne Dunn have been combining well, has dropped 2 points in the betting in the last few seconds. He's down to 130 with 20 million almost in the pool. We're ready. They're all loaded away. Stand by, flag is up, we're ready to rumble. And racing, Prime Witness flew the start. Lucky 6 jumped well. Dan's Winner settles up close and away well. Thank Heavens from the inside gate. Point Grey is right in close, whereas Meridian Star, Royal Majesty drop out. Forward is last. But he's going to amble over at the 1200 metre mark, Prime Witness. It doesn't look hard work. He leads. Olympic Express followed him down and gets to second. Dan's Winner takes the sit in third. Lucky 6 deeper, and Brilliant Way right in the middle. Thank Heavens shuffled back a bit midfield from he's outside Asia Express. It's 3 wide actually. Right in between them is Point Grey from Asia Rising wider. Sharp to Union next in. Royal Majesty a little keen and a bit deeper. Diamond Moon shuffled out from Meridian Star. Forward last. 700 to go. Prime Witness getting a good time in front. Olympic Express 3/4 off him. Lucky 6 goes up 3 deep. Dan's Winner behind them. Right in the middle, Brilliant Way and out wider Asia Rising. At the 500, Thank Heavens the rails. Followed by Point Grey. Deeper Diamond Moon. Sharp to Union follows the paint. Further back, Royal Majesty. Forward, Meridian Star between them last. At the quarter pole, Point Grey joined by Lucky 6. Olympic Express battles in the middle, but he's still travelling well. Prime Witness, he's a neck in front. Lucky 6, Olympic Express trying hard. Brilliant Way behind them. Thank Heavens is going to have to be good to get up. In fact, he's starting to drive through the middle for the placings, but Prime Witness had driven away from Olympic Express. Now through the middle, Thank Heavens flies late, but he's too good, Prime Witness, and gets the money. Second, Olympic Express. Third, a photo. Thank Heavens through the middle, and Meridian Star did his thing late and flew. I think he missed in 4. Next in, Dan's Winner, followed by Brilliant Way. Diamond Moon close. Lucky 6, followed by Royal Majesty. Next in came Point Grey. Sharp to Union. Forwards run out the back. A brilliant ride. They gave him a soft run. Olympic Express sat outside him but couldn't go with him when he kicked, and Prime Witness has proven too good again. Thank Heavens has stormed through the middle, and I think he's run third. And Meridian Star, who was last on the corner, has barrelled late and run in 4th. But he got a pretty easy time. It didn't look hard work for him to get over and lead. The times might show he's rolled along at a pretty quick tempo, but he was floating. He loves the rail, this horse. He likes an easy time of it in the middle stages to get a good 1400 metres, and that's the way it's worked today. And we got the tip from his trainer as well. He said he was doing well before the race. That's a big lead. Great Australian ambassador is David Hayes, one of the legendary families of Australian racing. They've had a tragic year, it must be said. David's really done so well this year. And he's in front in the Premiership. He's got this horse to go so nicely all season, all the way through, in fact. He equalled a record here that had stood for so many years on the circle around the 1,200 metres, and today on International Day he's done well. Prime Witness. Prime Witness flew the start. Lucky Six jumped well. Dan's Winner settles up close and away well. Thank Heavens from the inside gate. Point Grey is right in close, whereas Meridian Star, Royal Majesty drop out. Forward is last. But he's going to amble over at the 1,200 metre mark. Prime Witness. It doesn't look hard work. He leads. Olympic Express followed him down and gets to second. Dan's Winner takes the sit in third.
Okay, so we're going to leave that because we have much more to come, but it was a lovely win to Prime Witness. Dwayne Dunn and plenty of SA punters would be on that too. Plenty of punters right across Australia follow Dwayne, a terrific rider, and David Hayes training the winner. So connections with Australia all round there after the running of race 6 at Sha Tin. 43.30 Quinella, 125.10 Exacta, and $773 the 214.12 Trifecta. Okay, we're coming into this race at Launceston, and we'll have a look at the market for you. $1.50 Mountain Glory, very good from Sha Tin. More after the break.
Fantastic light in front. Great start, coming in. Fantastic light for the Emirates Series, wins the Hong Kong International Cup. Fantastic light.
Just about all of Hong Kong will be cheering for Electronic Unicorn. John Size is his trainer. John, he's almost a cult figure in Hong Kong from the 2 starts he's had for you.
Well, the people get behind their horses here, that's for sure. I mean, Fairy King Prawn was their champion in the last couple of years, and they've supported him very heavily. Now, Electronic Unicorn was rated 5th in this particular forum last year, and the 2 starts that I've given him since I've been here has elevated him to equal first position in the rating system. He's equally on 138 with Fairy King Prawn. The first day we ran him in a 1,200 metre sprint at Sha Tin. He came from last, and it was an extremely impressive win. He joined the leader at the furlong, and he went away and won easy. He ran 1:8.5, and he was very impressive. His next start, 3 weeks later, he went straight to 1,600 metres. He carried 15 pounds more than the second horse in the weights, and he managed to win that race also. So you'd have to say he's done nothing wrong, and he certainly seems to be going very well. In saying that, I mean, this is going to be a very competitive race. I mean, these international horses have arrived here. They seem to have settled in well. They look beautiful, particularly the 2 Australian horses. And I think it'll be a very tough event, but we'll be sort of hopeful that we can get our heads in the prize money somewhere.
What's his style? Will we see him coming from behind, or will he be in the action early?
I think so. If there's good speed on in the race, like he might be 3rd last or something like that. He gets well back in the field. He candles along off the steel. He doesn't do any work at all until he gets past the 600, and then he sort of saves his energy for a sprint home.
John Size, speaking visit at 18, and also Zeno El Cid, well backed into 5.10. Let's take you to Sha Tin from the Hong Kong Mile now.
Gate number 5 on the horse number 13 in pre-post markets was around the 8-9 to 1 mark, and here he is today. He opened at 6 to 4 and he's now touching red figures as the starter calls him into the gates. Frankie Dettori rode a blinding race in the Vase on to Ekra. He tried to pinch it at the 600 metre mark. He was just nailed by Stay Gold over the concluding stages. Frankie's one of the first to load in. Charming City is set. We'll take you to David Rafale now for the call of this year's mile.
Darren, the Hong Kong Mile field is loading up well. Thank you very much. It's 1.9, as Darren has pointed out, for Zeno El Cid. And he has got down to the gates in good condition. It's a nice field, a really good field lined up for our mile race. Last year, it was probably one of the greatest mile races ever run, one of the greatest finishes. Well, this year we could see something really special again. We've got some good ones. They come from Japan, Zeno El Cid, the German mare Proud Wings, the Godolphin Camp with China Visit Hoping, and the Breeders' Cup Mile runner-up horse Forbidden Apple, who's been here before. He knows how to run this track. They load in well, and here's the Great Australian Shogun Lodge. He's loaded in. Shane Dye rides him, knows him well, prepared by Bobby Thompson. Show a Heart drawn out wider, and racing is the greatest leveller. Barry Miller clashing with the rulers of a nation. What a great game that we're in. What a great business that we're in. Robert Sangster's line, as somebody quoted me earlier today, we're equal under the turf and above it, and this is a perfect example. We wish everybody luck for the next couple of races. The world is watching. We're set for a magic hour, and our mile field is ready. $20 Zeno El Cid. There's one to come. That's Mount Abu. It's in. We're ready. And racing. Red Pepper slow to go. Not a lot of speed, tough speed. China Visit missed the kick, and the best one out from the middle, Charming City, goes to the lead. Zeno El Cid lets it cross. Forbidden Apple's going to get in beautifully here. Red Sun out deeper from Asian Preston, and Tough Speed barreling through with China Visit and Super Molly. The mare is drifting back in the field. Super Molly had to grab hold for a moment. Proud Wings gets in. Asian Preston out wider from Mount Abu, Show a Heart, Red Pepper, Shogun Lodge. Electronic Unicorn drops out last. In front, Charming City is keen. Zeno El Cid sits right at his girth, and China Visit behind them. Forbidden Apple up in 4. Red Sun's caught out very deep. Right in behind them, Tough Speed travels well. Super Molly midfield. Proud Wings with cover. Asian Preston deep but has cover. From Mount Abu, Show a Heart, Red Pepper, Shogun Lodge, Electronic Unicorn last. Charming City half a length. Zeno El Cid in second. Third, China Visit as they run the circuit, and fourth placing Forbidden Apple. Out wider, Proud Wings travels okay underneath it. Tough Speed. Red Sun's had a hard trip. Super Molly, Asian Preston next from Show a Heart, Mount Abu. Electronic Unicorns 8 off the front. He's going to have to go deep. Red Pepper and Shogun Lodge last on the rail. Charming City doing it tough. He's hanging tough at the quarter. He's in front of Zeno El Cid. China Visit gets out. Forbidden Apple runs flat. Oh, the mare was held up. Proud Wings as Asian Preston and Electronic Unicorn start their run. China Visit's trying to get to the inside. Charming City still in front. Now Asian Preston and Electronic Unicorn. Asian Preston had swept up, gone to the lead. The Japanese again. Yuichi Fukunaga riding hard, and Asian Preston too good. What a big run deep all of the way, and blew them away. Electronic Unicorn second. Third on the inside, China Visit. Charming City couldn't go on. Next in, Shogun Lodge, all in a clump. Proud Wings, Show a Heart. Forbidden Apple ran flat from Super Molly, Tough Speed. Red Pepper, Red Sun, Mount Abu, and Zeno El Cid, the favourite Japanese runner, has dropped out near the tail end. Oh, gee, they're good. The Japanese again. He couldn't have done it any tougher. He was wide all of the way. From stall 13, that happens. He sat in, held his spot, and when he asked him for his run, he really drew away the last bit. Oh, what a big effort. Well, it was in the championship mile. It was Zeno El Cid in the position basically he was today, and this horse ran him down and got close to him but couldn't win. And he's a happy man, of course. But today, he was wide. I suppose you could say he rated his horse out there, came with the run at the top of the straight, and he's been absolutely dominant. A really big effort. Yuichi Fukunaga, another Japanese name that they'll be itching into the record books.
Yeah, what a decisive victory that was. Asian Preston, Electronic Unicorn, China Visit, Shogun Lodge for one fleeting second in the straight when he probed up there on the rails. Shane Dye looked for all the inside runs on him. He looked like he was going to be right in the finish, but those out wide were the ones finishing best. And that horse in particular, Asian Preston, wins the Hong Kong Mile. Electronic Unicorn, a terrific run second, and China Visit third. And here come the exotics on the race, and it's paid $53.80, that Quinella. The Exacta, $87.50, and the Trifecta, $1,058 of 3, 4 and 2. After the running of the Hong Kong Mile, a little disappointing. Shogun and Show a Heart really never got into it. Okay.
Sing your praises daily.
A wonderful scene from Sha Tin, and the international racing will wind up very shortly with the running of the Hong Kong Cup. That is around about 18 minutes away now, and still many more races to come. Okay, we've got those placing for the running of the Hong Kong Cup. 2,000 the distance, and online from Sha Tin. Been an exciting afternoon. Here's Greg Miles. How are you, Greg?
Hello, Chris. Yes, it certainly has been an exciting afternoon. Somewhere around 50 or 60,000 people at Sha Tin for the international racing so far. And it's been Australia that's held back the tide of the Japanese raiders. They've won 2, and of course Falvalon getting home in an exciting finish earlier this afternoon in the Hong Kong sprint, winning it for the second time in a row, and finished very reminiscent of last year when he held off the American horse Morlock to win in a narrow photo. But the Aussie flag was flying there, and unfortunately it wasn't to be the case in the mile. Shogun Lodge running up into the race along the fence for a little while there, near the 200, but he just couldn't finish it off, and the Japanese horse was way too good, Aishan Preston, despite a wide run from an outside gate.
Yeah, he did look a chance, didn't he, Shogun, when he probed up there? But those other races, the excitement there with the sprint, Falvalon and Morlock, that was a sensational finish. And as good a finish you would ever want to get was the Vase, with, of course, Frankie Dettori on Ekra taking off and being run down right on the line by Stay Gold. That was a thriller.
Yeah, it certainly was, and I'm sure the Godolphin team would be ruining the fact that Stay Gold was there. They were beaten by Stay Gold in a big race with Fantastic Light in Dubai. He's a very, very good racehorse, Stay Gold. Outstanding victory to be able to pick them up the way he did over the last couple of 100 metres. He came from a long way back. Wasn't a lot of pace in the race. It was a super ride by Frankie Dettori, just getting away on Ekra, and he looked home to the world about 200 from home. But despite the fact he hasn't got a tremendous strike rate, Stay Gold, he is a horse of obvious great talent. It was his last run, in fact, before going out for a stud to his career. He'd never won a Group 1 before today, so he's been sent off in grand style indeed.
All right, Greg, now the runners are in the mounting yard prior to going out for the Hong Kong Cup. What's the go here?
Well, I think the best thing I can do for you here is let you know what's happening on the local tote, and then you might be able to work out some value as far as our pools are concerned at home. There's little between 2 horses here on course. Number 1, Agnes Digital. This is the Japanese runner, going for 3 straight for the Japanese. And the other horse in the market is Tabourg, who's been placed in the Derby. It's the Godolphin runner. Godolphin have been placed in a couple of these races here today, but they haven't been able to crack it. So that's their big hope, Tabourg.
They're set at Yarra Glen now for the running of the prize. 6.32 it'll be, but there is a photo for the miners. We'll get those officially in a moment, but favourite home. OK, Greg, we better get your sum up here of the Hong Kong Cup as the runners are at the start.
OK, well, Tabourg has been the best tried on track here, the place getter from the Derby. Frankie Dettori has been telling us all week that this is the pick of the Godolphin horses. They've been placed in the other 2 races. This is 9-4 to 7-4 at Sha Tin, and the best tried in the race. Second pick on track is Agnes Digital, who's been very prominent right through betting, and Bark is on the 3rd line of betting around the 6 or 7 to 1 mark in company with Jim and Tonic, who's lining up for his 7th start here at Sha Tin, a previous winner of the race. So it's Hawkeye on screen there, bit of a guess at the distance for him really, I suppose, getting to a long trip today. But Agnes Digital, I reckon the Japanese might be able to go for 3 in a row after Falvalon winning the first, and the Japanese have won the next 2. So I'll be having something on Agnes Digital. It's around 5 to 2 now, whilst it's 7-4 to Boog, who's likely to try and make it from the front. So that's the way I thought it might go. 1 from 13 and 5 Jim and Tonic. They'll just tear the place down if he happened to get in the frame.
No doubt they will, Greg. Have you enjoyed it there with the atmosphere?
It's just been electric to be watching the best horses and the best jockeys currently going around in the world, all on the one stage here in Group 1 races for something like $13.5 million Australian.
All right, mate, we'll let you go and watch this because they're now set at Ballarat for the 10th. So the Hong Kong Cup coming up shortly. Here's Robert Ballarat.
Racing. Kerry's Honey began okay. He's going to go through and lead on the first corner over Gun Chariot. There followed on the fence by Steel Plate over Mizonda. Further back, Miss Enterprise, Pyrenees Diamond, Missy Witt, and last Miss Flinders. Down the back, front runner Kerry's Honey. Gun Chariot 2 lengths away. Inside it, Miss Enterprise. A further 3 back now to Steel Plate, Pyrenees Diamond, Mizonda. Last 2, Miss Flinders and Missy Witt on the turn though. And getting an inside runner here is Miss Enterprise. Coming out after the front runner, Kerry's Honey. Miss Enterprise and Kerry's Honey with little between them. Miss Enterprise just doing better. Might have got their head, the bob in right on the line, Miss Enterprise, to beat Kerry's Honey in a tight one. Third is Pyrenees Diamond. And they're followed further back by Steel Plate, Miss Flinders, Mizonda. And Gun Chariot back with the tail enders.
That's pretty close, but 4 might have won, so it's between 4 and 1. Miss Enterprise and Kerry's Honey, and the 6 will get third. Yeah, it is pretty close on the line. We'll wait for the photo there, and the runners are about to start moving in for the running of the Hong Kong Cup. Now 4 gets it, so 4, 1, 6 there on the final event at Ballarat. Our thanks to Rob Tester. 4, 1 and 6 in the last. Now, at Sha Tin, over the 2000, the Hong Kong Cup, Agnes Digital, which Greg thought was the best chance here at 4.60, 14 Bark, Jim and Tonic, and the crowd will love it if he can win, $4, 7.90 Silvano, 16 Hawkeye, Taboog at 3.70 has been very well backed here, Frankie Dettori. As the runners are moving in, then we'll be going to Strathalbyn for the last there. My Name's Diamond, odds on favourite, 190. Bugsy Brogue at 16, 18 Sheila's Gem, 19 Diglett, 4.10 Escarpment, 15 Swish, 12 Raw Silk, and Casparello at 15. Okay, let's head back to Hong Kong, to Sha Tin for the running of the Hong Kong Cup.
Okay, thanks, Richard. Let's take you to David Rafale now for the broadcast of the Cup.
It's the Hong Kong Cup and only a couple of runners to move in. Momentum's to move up. Terra Terra is also to load away. So they're the last couple to move in. The Hong Kong Cup field, the last leg of the Emirates World Series. We've already crowned the champion, but this should be a thriller. Terra Terra's in. The flag is up. We're ready. And they're racing. Terra Terra eases back, not a lot of speed by Saddle Up and away well Bocelli, but Bark is going forward. Agnes Digital's getting over and Taboog underneath them with Housemaster also trying to get a spot. Hawkeye holds the rail at the moment and Silvano's deep to the first corner from Monard's Bocelli the rail. Momentum, Jim and Tonic, Peak Power. Fading back in the field now, Chalk Ice, and just in front of it is Saddle Up. They go to the mile. Frankie's gone to the lead on Taboog. Crossed one in front. Bark's followed him down. Hawkeye's got the box seat in third and Housemaster 4, Agnes Digital 5. Monard 6 and Silvano, he's going to have to do it tough. He's 3 deep. Terra Terra the middle from Bocelli. Jim and Tonic follow Silvano. Next then Momentum. Drifting off the speed is Saddle Up. He's back with 2 behind him. They're Peak Power and Chalk Ice. Taboog Frankie rolls at a steady clip of the 12. Leads by 1. Bark second. Hawkeye third. Housemaster 4. Agnes Digital just off his tail in 5 from Monards and Silvano deeper. Terra Terra keeps it out wider. Bocelli in the middle from Jim and Tonic. Next then came Momentum. He's close to the rail. Saddle Up. Peak Power. Chalk Ice last of all. Taboog still the front runner. Bark second. Hawkeye third. There's no change in the play. Frankie's had a dream in front and he's rolling again. Followed by Housemaster, Agnes Digital. Silvano travels well. He'll have to be good. He's 3 deep. Next in between them is Terra Terra. Jim and Tonic follows closely. He goes past Monards. Momentum off the bridle for a moment. Followed by Bocelli drifting back. Chalk Ice, Peak Power last of all. On the corner it's Taboog still in front. Agnes Digital has gone up. Silvano starts his run. Barks off the bridle. Terra Terra's there. Jim and Tonic follows Silvano. He'll go in a moment. 400 to go. The Japanese again. Agnes Digital go to Taboog. Terra Terra's running well. Silvano's a bit flat. Jim and Tonic switches out. He'll have to kick as good as ever. Next then through the middle, Hawkeye. Agnes Digital, Terra Terra. Taboog is coming back. Agnes Digital, Terra Terra on the outside. Zooming on, riding hard, but it's Agnes Digital. He's holding out all guns. Terra Terra, Taboog again late. Agnes Digital, Japan conquer. Hong Kong may win the cup. It's Agnes Digital from Taboog, Terra Terra, Hawkeye the middle. Jim and Tonic next, Peak Power through the middle. Followed by Saddle Up, Chalk Ice, Bocelli. Next in Bark, Monard, Silvano faded. And Housemasters run in last of all. What a day for the Japanese. They've come and taken the money. 3 of the major horses have gone around here today and they've won. Agnes Digital from barrier number 12 landed close. He then faded off the speed. He followed in a midfield position basically, or forward of midfield. He rallied to the leader. It was a brave ride to pressure Taboog at the top of the straight as you normally do, but he really asked his horse to kick hard at the 400-metre mark. Taboog at no stage gave up. Gee, rallied well. He could be a star next year in some of the races over more ground even. And Terra Terra has run the race of its life, put in a beautiful spot by Christophe Soumillon. He really travelled nicely. She has continued to battle all the way to the wire. and Hawkeye, who rallied in a perfect spot for Gary Stevens. That was the key for that horse. He was there on the circle and has battled on well in fourth. It's 1, 13, 12 and 11. Number 1 first, Agnes Digital. He's won the money. He's prepared by Toshiaki Shirai, and he's ridden by Hirofumi Shiai.
Yeah, another one to Japan, and the Quinella there, the late male to Greg Miles. He's had a terrific day guiding us into winners there at Sha Tin today. And there was Agnes Digital, the terrific run to Bourg. He just kept fighting back. And Terra Terra on the outside, the grey getting third, and just behind them Hawkeye. Great finish to the Hong Kong Cup, and that was our final race from Sha Tin. There's the dibs, 450 and 180, 150 and 790, 650 Quinella, 1530 was that exacta, and $276 the trifecta of 1, 13 and 12. And the Japanese, they've had a terrific day at Sha Tin today. He's exhausted but very happy after winning on Agnes Digital. Terrific finish between those two with Tuborg, and also getting third there, Terra Terra. Okay, they're just having a discussion whether they're going to have a chat there. We might get a bit of this. Let's go back to Sha Tin.
But very well done.
No, thank you very much.
The horse, he go forward very quickly for you.
Today is a good start and very good feeling. That's gonna in straight very good.
Glebe Derby, this is over the short distance, 1710, $2 for the favourite. My name's Diamond, green light.
So